And we're good.
I'm live.
Live.
Was the start on?
It.
It wasn't, was it?
I'll explain. I'll explain after.
You should have seen me, you guys. I was ripping. Maybe welcome. Am I on?
You're on. You're on.
Okay, so potentially welcome to the second show ever on YouTube. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, yeah, I'm live. I'm free. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Patreon. Last week, you gotta adapt. Something bad happens, and you gotta figure out. It's like you could sit there and you could bitch about it, which I like to do, or you could do both. You could do that because that's what I like to bitch, and then I like to adapt, do something. So last week the fires, still fires, dude, man. My son is checking up on me, which is fucking adorable. He also understands that Dad's not leaving for shit. So he's checking to see how close the fires get to my house before he will call me and tell me, Dad, seriously, get out of the house. So I will wait. Everybody else can say you should leave. And I appreciate some people like you can stay at my house. And I'm like, I have 5 dogs and 3 cats. You don't want me in your house. I love my animals and they're annoying. Sometimes I'm like, shut the fuck up. The studio I might not have been live because I have 3 cats and they just keep fucking stepping on shit. But anyway, I see I have a lot of text messages. Rumblebean, can you get in a better spot? Get in a better spot. Figure it out. So I got to get to a lot of text messages, try to help as many people as I can. It's been interesting. I went to I want to say fire brigade, which makes no sense at all because I've been living in this country for 35 years, but I do sound like a foreigner still. But it's the fire department, but I just have fire brigade in my head, and that's what it's called in Australia. Foreigners, they're so weird. Fire brigade, no, it's the Bones Brigade and the fire department. But I don't know what to tell you. I want to say fire brigade. So I went to the fire department today, and I dropped off some energy drinks, Black Rifle Energy. Shout out to Black Rifle. And I dropped off some Liquid Death because California needs water. Oh, harsh. Gavin Newsom. I don't know about any of that stuff. I don't care to know about any of that stuff. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know if Gavin Newsom is a vampire or a piece of shit he's a politician, so, I don't want to hang out with him. How's Tully doing? Tully's doing good. We're doing a live show tomorrow. We're recording a podcast. Some of you that are on YouTube are not aware that Jason Ellis still has a Jason Ellis show. And yes, Tully is there. Everybody else was fired and they died. But there are some other people, Miles, and, there's people. There's people on the show. So there's a show tomorrow, recording of the podcast at 2:30 to 3:30, and then a Patreon show, patreon.com/EllisMate. That's how people can watch 3 shows a week on there. But there will be 3 hours of Jason Ellis show tomorrow, starting at 2:30 until 6 o'clock. We'll be talking about the fires, and it's a crazy time. It's like I guess you got to look at it. The good thing is most people are alive. You imagine if it was just L.A. burnt down and everybody was in their house when it burnt down. And we just lost thousands of people from fire. But, trying to make a good out of a bad where, the fires came, Tully couldn't come, Miles couldn't come. So I decided to do and then we couldn't upload a podcast. So I just realized that the one we do tomorrow will be up 2 weeks from now. So maybe not touch on the fires too much. I don't know. I think LA's going to be talking about it for a long time because it's, because there's the aftermath, like people don't have homes. I've seen shit where apparently Airbnb places and people that are renting places are jacking it up, which is, that just goes to show you, when you think like, you take people for, you think they're like you. And I'm not saying everybody's like this, Obviously, there's probably houses that you can get where they're the same amount of money they were beforehand. But could you imagine having an apartment for rent that was $4,000 a month and now you made it $12,000 a month because it's in such demand? Oh, we're doing phone calls straight off the bat. I should realize that this is not a Patreon show and people are actually giving a shit. That didn't work out. Whoops. But yeah, it's very aggravating to know that there's rental places out there that are jacking up prices because people don't have a fucking house to live in. But, like the last place I rented, I'm going to court because the guy's trying to sue me for, like, he just made up shit. It's fucking crazy, person. People are so crazy. Like I would admit it if I did something wrong. In my younger years, I definitely paid for it, but I've never done anything bad now. I always do the right thing. I'm not loud. I don't trash the place. Holy shit, there's a lot of fucking text messages. Jesus Christ, you bastards. You get good at reading. Fuck me. Hang on. God, that's a lot. I think people that are calling, I do expect some shit talkers today. Because I'm being, I've had some opinions on social media. Oh, Texas is calling. So it could be just like, you're a fag and hang up kind of stuff. But maybe not. Maybe people have legitimate questions, but here we go. Hey, welcome to the show.
Holy shit. Really? Oh, shit. Holy shit, I was totally not expecting that.
Who's this?
This is Renee in Houston, and I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you next week, man.
I'm excited that you're excited, Renee. Seriously, you made me feel good right now that you.
I'm good, Will. This is so awesome. I mean, it's so awesome to talk to you. You really caught me by surprise, dude. But
how old are you?
Love you. What was that?
How old are you? You sound young.
I wish. I'm not. I'm 58.
Oh wow. Well, you sound young as shit.
Well, I feel young.
Yeah. Is that because you use Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into it today. Where I got accidentally pulled into TikTok Shop. Like I looked at sneakers.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I made a big mistake, and I got these sneakers because they're $20, and I was like, $20. Like, I can't go wrong.
I bet they look like crap, though.
I'm wearing them right now. They're a size 11, and they don't fit my foot. They're like a size 9, and they're dirty.
Oh, now you can grow into them, then.
Right. But and then I see a bunch of Alpha Brain commercials, and it reminded me that I used to tell people to take that, and I would take it every day. But there's like these commercials. No, it doesn't.
So it's all psychosomatic bullshit.
I think it like. To me, I don't, because I never felt it, but when I see the commercials on TikTok, it's a guy, he's like, hey, I just can't get going today. Well, I guess I'm gonna try Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain, and now and it's like, okay, I took it. I never felt it like that. Did it make a difference?
You know
I was
what?
high all the time, so I don't really know. But
I never got off on cocaine either. I could never figure out why everybody was having such a great time.
wait, Coke
on
never
Coke?
did anything to you.
You dude, it made me just totally zone out and get in the zone and just like I have ADHD, and
Oh,
so
that's why.
that I found out later on that I wasted all that money on
Right.
Coke.
Right. Probably just made you want to do your homework or go to work or something.
Well, no, but you know, whatever it was I was doing, I was concentrating very hard.
All right. Well, it kind of worked. So you're going to be where in Texas? Are you going to see me?
Houston.
Houston. Right. All right. Well,
Yeah.
make sure you tell your friends to buy tickets too, because if I sell it out, it's a real good look. It's very difficult for new comedians to sell out venues.
Oh, I know. Well, look, I would have never even heard of this fucking spot if I hadn't saw your name. So it's like I don't even go and see comedians.
Yeah, it's not the biggest thing, you know? It's more like people go to see really famous comedians. Regular people, it's not a regular thing to just go see comedy shows, you know?
I want to see Jason Ellis.
That's smart.
I'm excited about baby Jace cakes.
That's what's up, baby. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll see you
So-
there, all right?
I'll see you next week. Be good. You're awesome. You're
Thank
a
you.
racehorse without reins.
Have a good night. What the fuck? Hello, Jason Ellis Show. We're blowing up right now.
Hi.
Hey, another girl.
How are you? Good evening.
Good evening. Who's this?
My name is Sarah. How are you?
Sarah, I'm good. What are you doing? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from West Hartford, Connecticut. I just got home, so I'm just making dinner.
Connecticut is...
On the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm from West Coast, but I live out on the East Coast now. It's very cold here.
Connecticut is where... Is it near? Man, I'm just going to be super insulting.
It's near New York.
I was going to say that.
New
Fuck, I
York,
should have said
Vermont.
it. I knew
You
it.
should have. I would have. There's so many states over here. Again, I'm from the West Coast. There's 3 over there, so I'm still getting used to what's around me.
All right. So when did you move there?
5 years ago, right before the pandemic, in fact.
Just in time to...
Just in time to
Nothing.
just drink a lot and then do nothing. And
That's what they
then,
do there, right? They're known for that.
A lot of it. A lot of my family, as I turned out. It's not just my dad. It's a family thing.
Right. Is it so? Because it's cold a lot, right?
Well, in the summertime, it's really hot. So everyone has a
When you
pool,
say
and then
really
it's
hot,
freezing.
is it like hot like California?
Well, it's like 98 with 100% humidity. So it's gross.
So it's really hot.
Yeah, it's really gross.
And what do you do when it's hot?
Well, I work every day, so I don't do anything now. But I used to go to pools and things, but I work all the time now. So
What do you do?
I manage a bakery, Nothing Bundt Cakes. You guys have them out there. Have you had it?
Oh, no, I don't eat bread anymore.
Well,
But I
know.
love
Well,
bread. I love when you said bakery. I was like, oh, I just got excited because
Yeah.
bakeries are associated to me with donuts, and I love donuts.
Well, we are bundt cakes, so there is a hole in the middle. It's round. It's just like a giant donut, essentially.
I don't even think I know what a bun cake is.
It's just like an old Jell-O mold from like the 70s. It's just a round cake. Started in Germany.
But it's a cake.
Yeah, it's cake. Super fluffy. Ours are super fluffy.
Like chocolate cake and shit you can have.
Yeah, we have 13 flavors. You could have all the chocolate cake or carrot or lemon or white chocolate raspberry, anything you want.
Ooh, white chocolate raspberry. Yeah.
My least favorite, but yes, people love it.
I'd be into that. So what can I do for you?
Well, I was calling, first of all, congratulations on everything, your sobriety and your gorgeous girlfriend.
We broke up, but
Love
thank
that
you.
you're getting into horses. Being from the West Coast, I used to ride all the time to avoid my ex-husband, so I appreciate that very much. But I actually texted you around Thanksgiving, and I had messaged you and said that my ex from 20 years ago who had, died. He was a heroin junkie. We dated when we were 16 to 20. He was coming to visit for the first time because he's sober. And we're back together after 20 years. So
Aw, that is...
it's been awesome seeing your journey. And I'm like, how fucking weird is it that this is how my life has turned out? I'm 40 now. He's 43. He died of a heroin overdose and has come back after, open heart surgery and all that jazz, and we're as in love as we were when we met 20 something years ago. So
I love that.
I just wanted to say thank you for your encouragement, and I'm very proud of you. And I just am so glad that you and Tony are together, because as an 80s kid, I've loved skateboarding my whole life. So I'm like, oh shit, two of my favorites together. So awesome.
Thank you. You're so kind.
Yeah, of course. So just keep up the good work. And horses are like giant dogs, so they're the best thing you can do for yourself.
Thank you. I love it.
You're welcome. Well, have a lovely evening. Thank you for the chat, and have a good one. Stay safe.
Bye. Yeah, hanging out with my horse yesterday was. This is gonna. No one. You can laugh. This is fine. I know it's weird, but so I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna do some things, and I'm gonna go see my horse in the morning. I didn't even eat, and I went to the store to get apples, because I know 50 loves apples. And I felt this is, it's because I'm becoming more spiritual, and, I pray and stuff. So I think it's like I'm losing my mind, so to speak. Or I'm getting it. I don't know, whichever one. I don't really care. You can make fun of me. I feel like I make fun of myself. But here's just what I believe. I'm driving there, right? And I know that 50 knows that I'm coming to see him. I know he knows I'm coming. Like, you know how retarded kids can be telepathic? Sorry. It's a show, like I'm not trying to be mean. Like, kids with like certain things. I forgot what the name of the thing is, but they could get ESP or some shit. But I'm retarded, so I feel like I can sense things, and I know 50 knew I was coming. And then when I parked the car and was walking up, he was at the gate waiting for me, because he knew I was coming. And then, we hung out. I gave him some apples, and then we go in this little circle thing where I walk him around there. And, it's probably the first time I've ever been just by myself with him. And I was I find, I talk to my animals, but talking to a horse, something about talking to a horse makes you feel less stupid. Where I was just really having a conversation with 50 about stuff. And, I don't know, man, just seems like he really knows me, he really likes me. I like him. Like, it's a mutual love. And then I took him for a walk, and I just had this really long, in-depth conversation with a horse in the bush, forest, whatever the fuck, the wilderness. And I realized that this is gonna sound bad. I really enjoy his company more than like women. And I think he's a really good listener, but I also think it's because he doesn't talk back. And that kind of tells you what kind of a dickhead I am, because I'm just more important than whatever you were going to say. Whatever I'm saying, I'm trying to get it out. It's like a therapist. It's like if I hang out with a therapist and the therapist keeps telling me about what he did the other day, well, then I'm not getting any therapy, I'm not here to listen to your shit. I'm here to get my shit out. But the difference is with a horse is you end up having a conversation where you don't bitch, You kind of talk about good things. And it never gets steered into down another road where now I don't know what the fuck we're talking about anymore. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. And dude, I'm telling you, I'm like, hey man, go over this way. There's a big rock there. He fucking does it. I think he understands English. Like I'll be like, watch out for that rock. And he looks down and looks at it and steps over it. And then he did say go this way, and I was like, all right. And then we kind of got lost, and I was like, dude, that is your fault. But because you're a horse, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? And I don't mind walking long distances with your old ass. He's old. He's got a limp. I'm old. I got a limp. So we're just limping around in the woods, having a fucking sick old time. I got a bunch of apples in my pockets every now and then. It's apple break, you know. So he's having an awesome time. And then we go back. I had a bit of a ride. So I ride him in the sand because he's old. I don't want to put too much pressure on him on the hard ground. And then I took his fucking... because I just ride him bareback. He's just got like a little harness on his head. Had a rope, excuse me. And I was like, go for a roll, fucking fix your back, you know? Because they sleep standing up. And he just goes over and starts rolling around. I'm like, do you understand what I'm saying? Trippy. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe it was just a coincidence. But I'm pretty sure he speaks English and we know each other pretty well. But it's just relaxing, man. It's just peaceful, and I think I really want to kind of live. Like you can't. It's like if you go on vacation, you go to some place where it's like a really nice beach. You go, I could live here, Well, you fucking can't. You got to go to work. You got to get money for food and shelter. So I can't just live in a barn in the middle of nowhere. But I don't know. When I get money, I feel like I want to live on a ranch with just some horses and just like ride around on horses, and I guess I would eat a cow. I don't really want to be friends with a cow and then eat it. That's going to be tough. Maybe I could get cow meat from somebody else. There is so many text messages. It's ridiculous. Retarded kids are totally telepathic, says Jake. See, there you go. See what I've done? I've made people speak inappropriately. Hey, Jace Cakes. It's Hard Rock Nick. Fake my death on TikTok. I'm at the Ramada. Jesus Christ, dude. There's a certain amount of those jokes where you can't keep going. Can you rate my car, Toyota Supra? It's great. Okay. There you go. Is 50 your higher power? Ooh. I don't know. That's crazy, though. Hey, welcome to the show. Who's this?
Hey, this is Wolf Knife Evil Worshipper. How you doing, bud?
Hey, man.
It's good to talk to you.
Where are you calling from?
Calling from Georgia.
Georgia.
Thomasville, Georgia.
Where, Georgia?
Thomasville. It's basically Florida.
But it's not Florida. It's Georgia.
That's right. It's only about 40 minutes away from Tallahassee, which is the capital of Florida.
Wow, Tallahassee. There's horses there, right? That just sounds like cowboy area.
Oh, there's wheat farms and ranches and all kind of stuff down there.
Maybe I'll move to Tallahassee. Wait, do you have tornadoes?
No, just hurricanes.
Wait, is a hurricane pretty much a tornado?
No, see, hurricanes you can predict before they get there. Tornadoes just happen in a snap.
Oh.
So you get plenty of warning for hurricanes.
But when you get a warning, you still have to leave, and then your house gets blown away, though.
Very good possibility, but that's why you buy the extra insurance.
And unlike California, they will stay insuring you after the aftermath.
Yeah. You just have to buy special insurance. It's more expensive, but I mean, if you want to live near the beach and stuff like that, it's worth it. And it's a lot warmer than it is over there in California.
Oh, maybe I will move to Tallahassee. It just sounds cool.
I'd come visit you if you did.
And it'd be cheaper to rent there, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe that's my next destination, Tallahassee. That sounds badass. What could I grow?
What could you grow?
Yeah, like out of the ground.
Corn, cotton, peanuts, tomatoes.
I don't really like.
Weed, of course. He's sober now, but
I don't really like any of that. What else?
Yeah, he's sober now. Potatoes, carrots.
Could I grow sweet potatoes?
Absolutely.
Okay, now we're cooking. What about avocados?
I think you have to be a little bit more tropical to get those.
Fuck. All right, I'll get them at the supermarket.
Yeah.
But sweet potatoes, I would like to be a sweet potato farmer in Tallahassee that rides horses. That's a fucking kick-ass life right there.
Yeah, we actually have a friend who lives in Ocala, which is it's about a 2-hour drive from Tallahassee, and she owns a horse ranch with cattle and.
Yeah, I'm becoming more of a. Does your wife want to talk instead of you?
No.
You sure? Seems like you got a lot of. Seems like you got a lot to say, Mrs.
I'm just helping him.
You don't think he can talk?
I have no idea. I don't use YouTube.
Uh-oh. Well, it's a thought that counts, right?
We'll figure it out.
All right, man. Well, what else is going on? Do you have a question, or did your wife have a question, another question, or what?
No, man. I saw that you were live, and I just want to give you a call and had a chance to talk to you. Last time I talked to you was on your 40th birthday, and I congratulate you on your 540.
Fuck, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that you've given a shit for 13 years, man. Thank you.
Yeah, since before then.
Fuck yeah, man. Thank you.
And I'll continue listening, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, dude. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. Wow. That's crazy. 13 years. And then he listened before that. Such a weird thing to have anybody give a shit, you know? Just some dickhead. And like I was saying, you know, I enjoy a horse's company more than a woman, you know? Or a man. Like, and I don't mean, oh, God damn, my phone is blowing up. Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Hayden from Texas.
Hayden in Texas. What can I do for you, Hayden?
Oh, just checking this spur of the moment pod out, seeing what's going on, seeing how you're doing. I was fearing that it was going to be bad news, but I'm digging that it's just a rolling with the punches and seeing how things are going kind of pod so far anyway.
Yeah, no bad news. Just, I think, because I don't know if you know, but we did this show a week ago because of the fires and nobody could get here and I couldn't drop a podcast. So I was like, what if I do a free YouTube show to make up for no podcast? And then a bunch of people called in saying they didn't know I had a show. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe I need to do this once a week so that people know that I fucking exist still.
I don't understand how that's even possible. You're all over social media.
I do stand-up, and when I travel in the airport, people come up to me and go, I used to love your show. When I do the meet and greet after my stand-up, people go, I used to love love your show. It's a regular thing. It happens to me more than people saying, I still love your show. Way more regular than people go, because it's a Sirius XM thing. People don't. That listen to Sirius XM, they don't podcast. No, I mean, I'm sure there's people
that 60-year-old call in a minute ago. Certainly, she's not hooked on Sirius XM anymore.
I don't, dude. I think it's for 60-year-olds.
Sirius XM is not podcasting, but she's still hanging around. I don't get it. I hear you say it all the time, and I know you're just telling your experience, but I just don't I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I wish I could like explain how it works, because I've even had a conversation with someone. I go, how did you know that I was at this particular comedy club? And he's like, Instagram. And I go, okay, so when you see that the Jason Ellis show's on Instagram and you can click it, you can touch the screen, the podcast goes up and it starts playing. Did you know that? Yeah, but it's not in the car. And I'm like, yes it is. You could plug your phone into your car. Oh, I used to just like to catch you at work, so I don't know what to tell you. It just seems like
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, look. I can tell you, because this show is on my YouTube channel, not the Jason Ellis Show's YouTube channel. A lot more people are starting to realize that I do have a show, because I think the Jason Ellis show has been demonetized so many times.
Yeah.
Because I say,
but so does everybody else. I don't know. I think I don't know what it is, dude. It's crazy. I don't want to put any bad juju on anything, but it like you, for a while ago, a couple of years ago, after, I guess it was after Sirius, the whole Sirius thing, but for a minute you were saying, I think somebody's just got it out for me and they're in touch with the right people to fuck me over. And it almost seems like that's what it is, because you've been going strong. You've been putting out, episodes, regularly. Everything's been regular. You haven't been flaky or anything like that.
Yeah.
Sure, there's been ups and downs, but dude, and I don't even look. I'm from Texas, and I'm born and raised. I'm sure there's other people out there that don't think like I do, but the whole buy thing and all that, like, I didn't give a shit. Yeah. I like the content, dude. I dig you and how real you are, and you don't bullshit anybody. You speak your mind, and that's a rarity these days. And I feel like that's what's been keeping everything going at least to the degree that it has been going, because you are real, and you don't. I mean, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, dude, you spill it.
Yeah. And sometimes too much, but yeah, you're right.
Well, you say it's too much. I don't know. I mean, it's important, and it's not something that you get out of most anybody, whether it's a podcast of somebody that you've never met in person or whether it's a best friend, dude. People don't share their true emotions anymore, and to have somebody that does, and I know that you've heard it a million times, I'm going to reiterate it, but we all have ups and downs, and to be able to, I don't want to say share these moments with you, but I feel like I've been there with you through a lot of this shit in some degree or another, whether I'm going through a similar thing at the same time, or I've been through similar things in the past, or maybe I haven't even experienced anything like that. You can hear it in your voice, the sincerity, and when it's not good, you can hear that it's truly affecting you, and when it is good, you can hear that it's truly affecting you.
Right.
And it's special. And with you talking about Hawk versus Wolf ending this year, or at the beginning of this year and shit like that, and things just not exactly excelling the way that you want to, and all the trouble you've had with finding the right podcast company and shit like that, it worries me. I'm raising 3 girls. I've got my wife, and I live a pretty basic run-of-the-mill life, and it would be a whole lot more boring without you in it. And to be able to share those ups and downs with, I know that you and probably everybody else wishes there was more ups than downs, but the fact that you share your downs too, and the things that you're perplexed about, and the things that you're trying to work through mentally, like it's almost therapy just listening to it. And I hope that you know that.
I not as well as you explained right there, so I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Of course. I've been here for 10 years plus. I've been over the road for a while, not truck driving, but my job took me all over the country for a long time. And dude, I lived on you. I still, to this day, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it was on purpose, but on the Patreon, there's a whole bunch of old episodes just sprinkled in throughout everything else. I don't know when they got there, but there's shit from back to 2020, at least, that I've seen that are just randomly sprinkled in throughout the Patreon episodes now. And it's just like, holy shit, look at all this extra stuff. And like, I bought some of I bought a couple of the packages that you guys have put out with the older stuff when Brianna was going through and trying to organize, and
she's adding more stuff all the time. It just takes so long because of how long the shows are, but there's still new ones coming up. I mean,
and I love it, dude.
Yeah,
I dig it, and I still, when there's not a new episode Monday through Wednesday or whatever, whenever before you've released the new episode for the week, I'll listen to Rogan, I'll listen to whatever else, but if I don't have anything else, I go back to your reruns. Like, you are my default, and it's not just background noise. Like, I'll go back through and listen, and I'm sure you don't want to really hear this, but like, I'll go back to the old episodes where Kevin was there too, and just remember that shit. Like, there's been different eras,
Yeah.
And I love all of it. I hope you know that, and I hope that you keep chugging along, and that everything works out. The comedy and everything seems to be doing pretty good for you. So
Yeah, it's working
it
out,
makes
man.
me happy to hear.
Yeah, worst case scenario, it's still people still on the Patreon, and I'm not anywhere near done. Not at all.
Good.
So I'm fine, and mentally, I've never been better. Because
I love to hear that,
I
man.
just don't take, but just like you said, bad things happen to people, man. But these days, they just don't bother me like they used to. I just couldn't get out of the rut, and now it's like, man, like it's a bummer, but I still got my health. My kids are healthy, and they love me. We talk all the time. I don't really need much more than that, I think for a time there, I needed to feel special.
You're swirling in the negative.
Yeah. I needed to feel like, well, I don't have millions of dollars, and I'm like, what is that? What happened to you where you got that in your head that if you don't have millions of dollars, you're nothing? Like, what does that mean? Like, you got to really check yourself, dude. Like, money doesn't mean shit. Like, okay, living in a tent, that's a bummer, but I'm not. I'm fine.
Do you think that
Everything's
any
fine.
of that has to do with like the company that I don't want to say the company you keep, but like the folks that you're around sometimes, and I don't want to say the LA lifestyle, but just kind of the need to be able to flaunt or boast about this, that, or the other, just material things?
I think there was a time there where I was trying to compete with people, and because I'm a competitor, it's what I am. It kind of helps motivate me, and I think it gets out of control. Where I no longer see what the point is anymore. All I see is somebody else is doing better than me. Or like even I'm not blaming anybody, but like some of the people that I've dated in the past where I'm like trying to be impressive to them and their friends, and it's like, well, now I don't have that, and they don't care about me anymore. I feel like I lost everything, and it's like you never had anything.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
I was going to say, I mean, and that's human nature, to be liked, to be revered.
Yeah.
But a lot of it that comes on a face level is just superficial, and it's just cool. They talk a big game, and then they go as soon as they turn the corner and go into another room, they talk shit.
Yeah.
But
when you're high all the time, you don't stop and think about it. You just wake up and go again and wonder, who are you going to impress today? And if you don't impress anybody, you feel like a loser. But I've spent so much time now sober and by myself and analyzing how I work and why I do the things I do that I get it now. It's like insecure and I've had like this thing where I feel like nobody loves me, so I've tried to be impressive to get people that don't know me to like me so that I feel like I'm loved. It's kind of sad. But now
you've known that for years.
Yeah, but I'll forget it.
You've said that for years.
I'll forget it. I'll get back in the bullshit and get wound up again. Because I get high and I forget what I knew yesterday. Like now I know, now, and it never leaves because I never get, that's the one thing that's a little bit sad. But if things work out in an amazing way, I don't get ecstatic like I used to. Like there's no, like tomorrow if I sell out some big thing or, I make some huge bunch of money, I don't think I'm special for that. I'm just like, wow, that's really cool. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to pat my cat and have some dinner. There's no need to do this big thing that usually comes with it. It's like my accent, man. Like I haven't lived in Australia for 35 years. Why the fuck do I talk like this? Like you're American. But it's like an instinct, and that's those old habits where something big, something cool happens, something really bad happens. I want to turn to something. I want to have sex with a bunch of people, take a lot of drugs, buy something extravagant. Like these are these little triggers that now I know, and because I'm always sober, it never jumps up and bites me that hard anymore. Because I go, you're good. I see where you're going right now. Like, I did good in with Dave Attell, and everybody there at the, it was like sold out, like 600 people. And people were like, holy shit, man, like, you're on your way. And I was like, tomorrow is fucking Sunday. Nothing's changing. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and boy, was it fun that I did well in front of all those people. But tomorrow, you're still just some dude. You ain't special. Go back to work and handle your business. And the next day, there's no, I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't, oh man, I didn't get to smoke weed. I didn't get to fuck everybody. I don't want to fuck anybody. I don't want to smoke weed. I don't want to wake up regretting or feeling like I hurt anybody. I did my job. I did it really well. I'm proud of myself. Tomorrow's another day.
That's right.
That's it.
And don't forget that everybody else has things like that go on in their life on a daily basis. The ups and downs. It could be a daily up and down. It could be, you could feel like the last year or two has been shit. Like, everybody's got that stuff, and and I'm sure you've heard this before a million times, but it's not what happens to you in life. It's how you handle it.
Yep. No, you're very right. I mean, dude, think about California. How many people don't have a home tonight?
That's so crazy, dude. And to think, I'm sure a lot of it's conspiracy and bullshit, but to think that there's people out there intentionally starting fires and looting and stuff like that is just, it's so bizarre that in a scenario like this, the community can't come together.
Well, you got to look at it both ways, man. Like, sure, there is looters. There's people that are marking up their Airbnbs, which is so evil. But then there's people like, I dropped off a bunch of water and energy drinks at the fire station today, and everybody at my gym have been collecting stuff for the last 3 days to give to the fucking fire department. Like, people, there's also thousands of people out there that are helping, letting people stay at their houses. That just doesn't get reported, but there is also a lot of good people out there doing a lot of good things. So it's not all, because I see both sides, and it's just which
damn
side
media company just showing the negative.
Yeah, because, dude, if they do a fucking 15-minute news piece on how everybody's giving back, people are going to change the channel.
Yeah, I guess that's
the ugly truth of it, hey, some Mexican guy put fire, it's like, ooh, and then you fucking watch it. We're fucked. But yeah.
How close are you? I know that you were saying that Tully and Miles couldn't get to you. How, with the Santa Ana winds that are supposed to pick up and everything starting to move south, is it going to get to you?
No, I'm north, but Encino, I'm in Encino, and Encino had they were evacuating them yesterday, but I'm on the line of not needing to evacuate, and it didn't get to me. So my son is, I'm not, because I don't watch it. People call and go, hey, look, you got to leave, and I'm like, no, I'm not fucking leaving. Can you see the fire? I'm like, shut the fuck up. I go outside. There's a fucking fire. Calm down. It's like a big, some people get a little hyped up on it, but it's not.
Were you talking about Tiger?
Tiger is the only person that I'm going to listen to, and Tiger's like, give me your address so that I can make sure to tell you if you need to go. And I'm like, okay, I will be ready.
Okay. Yeah, my wife's supposed to be going to San Diego at the latter half of this week. And she'll be flying out Sunday.
It ain't going down there.
No? Okay.
No way.
All right, good. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I saw one model that showed that with the winds, it could get down into that area-ish. And I was just like, I don't know. I'm not there. But, man, some of the video I've seen is like hurricane winds. It's like a palm tree's on fire, and they just like glowing red Q-tips.
I mean, dude, that
just straight line winds.
The day that it happened was the windiest day of my whole life in California. I've never seen it like that, ever. Like, before the fire started in the morning, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my backyard, just shit flying around everywhere. I was like, we don't get tornadoes, but I was like, if one dropped right now, I wouldn't be surprised. It was really crazy. So yeah. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, we've had enough.
Hopefully not.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
no shit.
I don't think another round would be a good idea, but we'll make it. Thanks for the call, dude. I really appreciate it. You're such a nice person.
Absolutely, man. Hey, look, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be around.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
See ya. Wow, that guy is the nicest guy in the world. Let me try to get some of these text messages out, because there's a lot. Kyle. Wait. Oh, I don't know what that one meant. Maybe these are old. Rusty. That's old. Oh, somebody sending me a photo of... Is that me? Can't tell. Is it? Might be. No, it's somebody else. In Australia. I've ridden that ramp, that's what I thought. Really appreciate you and your show, struggling through lonely life. Good to know there's still real motherfuckers out there. Thanks, motherfucker. Elite, mate. Do you mean Ellis? Elite is pretty cool. Long-time fan, missed the live show. I'm watching from Buffalo, New York. Just wanted to say, hope you or the family are safe there. If you need anything, reach out. Look how nice all you people are. We're good. I'm a fan of all your different shows. You really are a comedian, so keep it going. Beth, thank you, Beth. Whoa, this is a long one. Hey, Jason, listeners, faction. Been here since one, patron as well, for sure. You're the best era now. Absolutely love the show. Even Miles occasionally. Miles is the best. 51, getting faster. Knees months apart. Wait, did you say getting faster or fatter? Faster. It's a lot. It's a long read. I can't get to all that. So between bike and gym, I had no idea how much my knee pain. What are you trying to ask? After surgery, if you wish, keep up the great work. I don't know what that's saying. That's too much. If you're going to text me, make sure it's short, because that's... Jesus Christ. Hey, man, I got drunk a while ago and wrote to Father Grind from different emails saying some mean stuff, and I thought it was funny at the time. I'm not funny. Sorry for that. I have 2 weeks sober. Stay on your path. You rule. People say silly things. I've said silly things. I've said mean things to people. I think at one point I kind of made a living out of it. When I was younger in skateboarding, there were a group of people that used to say mean things to me. Made me not really want to skate. Definitely made a certain era of my career a bad time when I look back on it. It was definitely very difficult. I used to struggle going there and being bullied all the time. But in the end, it was good for me because I got thicker skin and I learnt some funny things to say to people because I kind of copied them later on, and I was mean to some people myself. But I ended up using it as sort of an art form where, making fun of people in a lighter fashion, but still being quick-witted and creative when it comes to picking things about people. And then, if things do get bleak, you just never give up, I think, there's a certain amount of damage that people can take before, the darkness consumes them and they've just become an all-round dark person. I've been guilty of that several times. But I think, you have your breaking point, And, I've thought to myself, this is it. I can't do this anymore. And I think we've all had that, a lot of us anyway. And I think when you get to this point, this breaking point where you think it's, this is the end, it's not worth it anymore. Every day I wake up in, mental, physical agony, whichever one it is, or both. And you can't take it anymore. It's kind of like when you're lifting weights, man, and you can't lift them anymore. You just got to. You got to give it one more try, If you can't lift it, then you rest for a second and then you get back up and you try again. And that attitude, whatever that is, this is not, people aren't born with that, This is a decision. How much do you want it? How much do you love living your life? And I think that, you can get kicked down so much that you're like, I don't really see the point anymore. This isn't going to get any better. But I'm here to tell you that if you keep going, you can turn anything around, you know? And then when you do turn it around, things are better than you ever would have expected. Because, you know, being in a dark place, being beaten down and just thinking there's no point to it anymore. I had a good run, but that's it. And then just almost calling it quits, you know, where I was like, what's the point? You know, like, why don't I just do everybody a favor and disappear? And then because you have that thought, you're so empty that there really is no choice. It's like, this is the end. And then you realize, well, it can't get any worse. You may as well give it a go. And then you push through. And then when good things start to happen, when you've been in that dark for so long, it's a delightful surprise. And you want to tell people about it so that you can help other people get out of it. And I think that, you know, it's not any person's fault. You know, like people that are greedy and people that hurt other people, like people that loot people. Well, imagine if you're starving. Imagine if you've got no money. Imagine if you've been kicked to the ground where you're living in a fucking tent and somebody stole your fucking tent. You got nothing. You're probably going to trash somebody's shit, you know? So it's not really their intention. It's how life has shaped them and how they've reacted to it. And then they've done something to hurt you. You know, it's like people saying mean stuff on Twitter or on Instagram. It's not their fault entirely. Like, things have happened to them that have made them react this way. And when you look at it like that, when you see the bigger picture and you see that you realize that's why people do the things they do, you take it less personal and it's quicker to move on. Because there's no time getting people back. You know, Tupac, the sweetest thing next to pussy is revenge. He said it better. He fucking died. Somebody shot him. He should have got pussy. Payback is overrated. You know? You want to pay back? Pay yourself back with good times, with a good attitude. Even if it's a lie, you know? There's been times in my life where I've tried skateboard tricks where I was like, there's no way you're going to make that. But just pose it. And then I almost made it. I was like, oh! Surprises that I've had on my face from landing something where I didn't make it, but I got pretty close, and I'm like, oh, I could make that. That before that pose where I almost made it and got hurt. That's the other thing. You get hurt almost making it. Now I'm in pain. I can barely move my leg, and I'm like, moving your leg would be optimal right now to make that trick. But the mental focus, knowing that it's close, that it can be done, the adrenaline takes away the pain. These are all metaphors. Like, sure, I physically did this on a skateboard, but living your life, having a bad day, having things not go your way, heartbreak, divorce, fucking bankruptcy, all these things that can happen in your life can be fixed. It's just a matter of taking care of yourself, you know? Getting yourself in a position to be the best you to start taking these things on. You know, like TikTok, it's not TikTok, the owner of TikTok's fault. Somebody paid him to tell you to take the fucking supplement, and the supplement, maybe it does do a little bit of a thing. It's like I was telling Zach, you know, Alpha Brain, it might help you a little bit. I didn't feel it. But if you drink and then you think Alpha Brain's going to help you, you're an idiot. You know, if you are like, oh, I want to take hydrogen water and eat Taco Bell, you're an idiot. You know, like, eat good, clean, no processed food, get 8 hours of sleep, and then you're ready for the day. Meditate. I've been meditating. I hate meditating. My brain keeps drifting off, and then I got to pull it back, and I'm like, I could be doing something else. But I'm making myself do it right now. I'm making myself meditate. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, my arm does not work very good. And I'm like, shut up. Go to the gym and lift weights with it, you bitch. Okay, that's hard coach. But I'm okay with hard coach. Some people, you could be like, go lift weights, you nice guy. You know, maybe there's a different technique for different people. Me, I like that. I like being called a bitch. Don't you call me, but I can call myself a bitch. It makes me do stuff. So I go and I lift weights and I eat weight. You know, I'm hungry last night. And I was like, we got a little happy. We've done some runs here where we've done some gluten and some food where you kind of got a little on a bit of a roll. Bit of like, oh, there's only bread? Okay. Oh, you guys are having pizza and there's no other food? Okay. Nope. I am on a mission. I am new and improved. I'm faster and stronger than I've ever been. Is that factual? I don't know. But I'm going to fake it until I make it. I'm just going to be faster and stronger, and my body's just going to have to suck a butt and do it. It's like, oh, my knee hurts. I don't care if my knee hurts. I am skating. I am lifting weights. I'm going to go for a run. Do you know going for a run is the dumbest thing that I could ever think of ever? But I'm going to start running because I don't care. It's going to make me fitter. And I want to be fitter. And I can take it. Goggins that shit. David Goggins that shit, son. Why is the light so bright and white? Because you're dying. Hope that helps. Hey, Ellis, I listen to a free podcast all the time. Wanted to give you a little feedback after listening to the free YouTube you did the other night. I've been listening since I'm serious back in 2005 or something. Free podcast is cool with the guests and all, but I'd so much rather listen to you and Tully shoot the shit. Well, guess what? We're doing that tomorrow. No guest. Is it me or is the live not working? It's you. You're the shit, Ellis. That caller is right. Aw, you're a very nice person. Have you crushed any hot puss? Any hot puss. Oh man, that's fun. I have not crushed any hot puss. I don't want to talk about puss. Stoked to see you in Edmonton this summer. I'm stoked to go to Canada and do comedy. I'm doing like 5 shows. Thursday, 1 show, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. Like, come on, Edmonton. Come on, Burts. You better show up. You're a fucking inspiration, and you have been for a long time. Look at all these incredibly nice people saying all these incredibly nice things to me. Of the showman, you rule. Look at these people being so nice. Thank you for being you, Jason. If it sounds silly, but I'm a 35-year-old man who still looks up to you. Listening to your stories have pulled me up in the past. Hope to catch your comedy soon. Used to love watching you skate as a kid. You were crazy. Though you were crazy. Much love. Yeah, I guess a little bit crazy, but you know, my heart was in the right place. Bring back more farts to the show. That's really what the show is missing is farts. What's your favorite bad food? Donuts. Have you been to Visalia? Love your podcast. Visalia. I feel like that name is familiar. Is that LA or is that San Diego? Or am I completely off? I don't know. You talk to your horse. Yeah, look, does 50 understand word for word what I'm saying? Look, maybe not, all right? But maybe not. Let's say maybe not, okay? Talking it out with a big friend. That's the other thing. He's all spooked out, and he got me feeling there was a bobcat that was going to come out. And I was like, really? If a bobcat comes out, and you and I go back to back on this guy, like, who do you think's going to win? Like we are, you know? Like we will win. You stomp him, I'll kick him. I don't see how he gets in on anybody, you know? Like he's got to turn his back on one of us, and then when he does, you know, stomp him. I think my horse and myself could kill a bobcat. I don't want to find out, but that's how I see it. I think we could do it. I believe. So, Zach's texting me. What happened, Zach? YouTube chat is asking for red dragons. Like just the button? Red dragons! There you go. It's like weird old requests.
Red dragons?
How about that one? That was just for that one person. You ever fart and then, like, if you got a cat or a dog, you fart and then the dog and the cat, like, looks at your fart? What do you think he thinks? Like, one time I've seen, well, not one time, but I've seen my dog burp before where I heard it in his stomach and then it came out of his mouth. And he looks surprised. So I'm like, does he know that he burped? You know? It's always, I wonder how much they think. Kay donated $5 and said, currently scared because life is going better. Had some rough years. Scared it'll get bad again. Have you ever felt this before? So much. Okay. Here we go. So, I'm in Temecula. I live with my baby mama and I don't think Tiger is born yet. And I was helping my brother in Australia get sober. He was smoking cigarettes. You know, everybody drinks there, and it's, you know, he wasn't really bad, but, you know, he was partying more and hanging out with these guys, and they're good guys, but, you know, it was just more about drinking. And I always had this thing where I was like, look, I'm a pro skateboarder, Lee's professional motocross racer, and you're going to be a pro snowboarder. And he'd been to America to snowboard. And I went back one time and he was smoking cigarettes. And I was like, the fuck you smoking cigarettes for? I always had a beef with that. You know, I was like, you know, look, if you smoke weed, at least you get fucking high. What the fuck does a cigarette do besides fuck your lungs and kill you? It just doesn't make sense for you. Quit smoking. And I gave him my red dragon chain and I told him to grow his hair out because I was like, if you end up like me, you're going to go bald. You're going to wish you had hair a couple of times. So he's doing good, not smoking. And I know that we were going back, I think within a month, I was going back to Australia. I was very excited to see him. My little brother and I had a little bit more of a bond. There was something there where I just, you know, the struggles that he'd gone through, you know, they weren't anywhere near mine, but he'd still gone through a bit of shit. And I remember, you know, the show was going well. Kid good, wife good. I remember thinking, you're going to Australia, you have enough money to go to Australia with your family. Things are pretty good. And then I got a phone call from Stevie's mate saying Stevie died. And that's why I have Fire and Rain tatted on my knuckles. I don't know if you know the song, but James Taylor's song is about his girlfriend that was flying to visit him and the plane crashed and she died. And, you know, I've seen Fire, I've seen Rain, I've seen Sunny Days. I thought they would never end. That was playing in a car right after he died. And it just hit me that at the time, things had always mainly gone well for me. You know, I put my energy into something and it turns out, and it was like being a pro skateboarder, and then the Jason Ellis show on Sirius was becoming a big show. And it was like, dude, you're a pro skateboarder for 20 years and now you have a show on Sirius XM. You're becoming a fucking huge thing in radio, like a radio personality from being a pro skateboarder. Usually, you're lucky if you get 1 free ride. 2 free rides in one lifetime, that's fucking crazy. And when Stevie died, it just didn't, my dad died the year before. It just didn't, it seemed like all of a sudden I was unlucky. And I know that there's tons of people that have had worse things happen to them, but still, your dad dying and then your brother dying, in a 2-year span, I was like, oh, your luck has run out. This is where things are bad for you. And then from then on, because I just went back to work. I went to the funeral and then I came back, and I remember Will was like, you don't have to work. And I was like, I got to work. I don't know what else to do. And thanks to people like some of the people that are listening to me right now that listened to me back then, them messaging me saying how much it meant to be honest with that stuff helped me get through it. But still, ever since that day, because I remember that day. I remember being in the bathroom and going, I thought everything was going to be the same way forever. And then from then on, when something started to look really good, when things started to go my way, I had a serious fear and anxiety about something really bad is about to happen. And not like, you get a flat tire. I'm talking catastrophic, And it has taken me, Steve, you've been dead for 20 years. Excuse me. It's still a thing that I find where, nothing really good's happened for a while. So I haven't had to worry about it. But it's these, you got to break the chains, Like, it's not the way it is. You can convince yourself and then things will go that way. So there needs to be, this is the constant fight. It's like meditation. You meditate, your fucking brain drifts off and you go, wait a minute, now I'm thinking about something else. You're not meditating. But then you pull yourself back into meditation. And the more you pull yourself back into it, the better you get at it and the deeper you can get into meditation. This is the same with life. Like you have something traumatic. It's traumatizing. Something traumatic happens in your life and then you start to, it flinches you. You start to think that it's going to happen again. Like for me, but like being divorced from Katie still gets me. Where I'm like, oh, she's gone. And then I'm like, for a year, I was like, and then I just stay in it all day. She's gone. You're never going to get her back. Now, thoughts are still there. We're talking 12 years, man. Like my whole body is consumed with, that was my best friend. And now it's not. So now it's like, oh, she's gone. And I'm like, and you're alive. The son, like your kid, you could talk to your kid, man. Your fucking kid. He calls you out of his own free will to talk to you. It's a good day. And then don't even get me started on the hot puss. I mean, I don't know why that's funny to me. Like not maybe, for sure, down the road in the future, there will be some. I mean, look at me. God, they're just throwing them. They're not throwing themselves at me, but it'll work out. And thanks to Catherine, in the relationship we had, there was a lot of learning curves there. You know, and sure, we broke up, but it's better. I'm a better man because of her. You know, like she helped me get out of the dark. And, you know, I'm happy to be alone. I used to hate being alone, man. Hated it. Now, you know, I've had some pretty good times, man. You know, like hanging out on the couch. I watched 3 dumb movies yesterday. I don't even know what they were about. It was fun. Cat rolled up on me, you know. It's fun. I'm fucking alive. I'm not sick. I'm not in hospital. I've been there too. I've been in hospital. I've been sick. I've had monitors on me. I don't have any monitors on me. I'm not dying. No doctor's telling me, oh man, bad news today. That's coming. That's coming for all of us if we're lucky. Or we just get eaten by a fucking shark or a vending machine falls on us. You know? Like we got today, man. Today we're okay. My house didn't catch on fire like fucking thousands of other people's did. And I'm just down the road from it. Things are good. You know? And not like before where I'd be like, oh, no one's ever going to... Tons of people are going to love me. I'm very lovable. People have texted me, they love me. You don't think some chick's not going to love me? When the time's right, great. Great. You know, right now, I can drive to Ojai and walk around with a giant animal, and he loves me. Thank you, God, for the gift of 50. You know? Rumblebean loves me. I love him. I adore this little fuck. You know? And we hang out, and we talk, and we bond, and he puts dirt stains on my sheets, and I have to wash the fucking bed. You know, these are things that I used to hate doing. I love cleaning my house now. I clean the kitty litter. It makes it feel fucking great. So, yeah, the things that have made me flinch when good things happen, I go, oh, well, you know, because it's like, and it's like, when you start going up, you're like, well, the floor's going to fall out from me any minute now. And it's like, or, you know, it's not a fucking rat race. It's not a repetitive. We're not in the same rut. We can change things. Different attitude, different outlooks, different amounts of will. You know, like, what am I doing that I did? Like, what can I do differently than I did last time? You make those adjustments. This is where you need a clear mind. You know, when you're foggy, you're hungover, or you're high. And I'm not shitting on if you want to get high and you want to get drunk. Fuck yeah, man, good for you. But if you're completely alert and paying attention to what you're doing in your life, you can make adjustments. You'd be like, okay, how did that go? And why did that go? And what bits do I like about it? And what bits did I not like about it? Okay, I didn't like that. How did I get into that bit that I didn't like about it? It was because of this. Because when you're sober, you'll figure it out. Maybe it doesn't take 5 minutes. Maybe it takes a week where you sit there by yourself, sober, thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, poof, you go, oh, son of a bitch. It's because of that. Okay, don't do that again. What was it that you did? You know, to me, I really am affected by hurting people, which is a bummer because I'm an egotistical asshole where I've hurt people and then I feel terrible about it, you know? And then I bury myself in guilt and I can't get out of it. I'm just like, oh, you're a very good person. Oh, I could have done it. I'm like, I can't get out. I'm in a fucking blanket of fucking depression. You gotta pray. You gotta meditate. You gotta eat right. You gotta get sleep. You know, push yourself. You know, I did the heavy bag today. I lifted weights today. You know, I did like 7 or 8 rounds on the fucking heavy bag. I was like, oh man, my chest is burning. And I was like, fucking go, da 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 da. And I'm jumping around. My knees are like, oh, maybe not jump around. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Jace Cakes. Fucking jump around. You can be light. You can be, just pretend you are until you are. And now, yeah, you ain't going to catch me. All you people try to fight me right now in the boxing ring. You ain't catching me. I'll slap the shit out of anybody. Well, you know, not anybody, but, you know, pretty good. Because the work, the will, the want, the passion, for life. I want to be alive. I want to be good. I want to live great. I want to do great things. Yes, I know, Smokey. You've done some great things in the kitty litter, dickhead. Wait, did Dave send me $4.99?
Yes.
Wow, Dave. $4.99. Wow. Hawk versus Wolf show at the Comedy Store. We're now donating for the fires. So I was going to make money out of it, but now we're donating, which is fucking better. It's better. What am I going to do? Buy a pair of shoes that don't fucking fit me on TikTok shop? You know? I'm stoked to learn you are still broadcasting. I can't wait to rejoin the party. Hear my favorite people are doing. Jason, Katie, Christian, and Will. It's going to be in for a shock. A lot of those people died. Will Caitlyn Jenner be joining the show anytime soon? Oh, man, I used to do an impression of that, right? Yes, it's Caitlyn Jenner. Does that sound like her still? One time I crashed a car and killed some people, but it wasn't my fault, you see. My penis got stuck in the dashboard. Jace, this is Caitlyn Jenner. We're both huge Trump supporters. I can't do it. I'm not a Trump supporter. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't support any of them. I don't want to support anybody. Yes, but you should. You see, Trump is a great American. He's making it great again. Do you think Caitlyn Jenner's a racist? Yes, I am a racist, except for Persians. Oh, shit. She's great. I miss what's on your tits. Could you still do that with pasties? Man, we're so demonetized on podcasting. I don't think that would be a good idea. You know, like I don't, yeah. It's more of a, if SiriusXM has us back, that'll be the first thing we do. You're not bored. Wait. Someone said, what's your favorite bad foods? I said donuts. I said, you're not bored, you're boring. That's a quote. That quote helped me. Love being alone with my pets. Yeah, I don't mind being boring. I don't know if it's that boring. I mean, the cats wrestling and beating each other up. I don't look, each to their own. That horse has been your spirit animal well before you met him. Ooh, this is deep. That's the 50, the higher power person. Is not giving up on 50 being my higher power. You know, I prayed with him. He can't take a knee, but I get in a 3-point stance. He's in a 4-point stance. It's kind of the same thing. You still going to stream with Ian Finance? Yes, I am. Shout out to Caitlyn Jenner. Yes, she is great, isn't she? What is this? I don't know what that one's about. Okay. That was, wait, we went for an hour and a half almost? Shit. I like this show, man. I like when people call. It's like cool. It's kind of like what it used to be like, where people call and I get to see, like, hear what people are doing out there. And it's good to know that there are people out there. And you know, I think, you know, this is lucky for me. You know, like the bad things that have happened are gifts, you know, because I can, you know, people are like, what's it like to do this? Or, you know, I'm feeling down because of this. I kind of wore a lot of these shoes. Like I've had some bad things happen. And, you know, like I feel like, you know, with the sobriety thing, it's like, you know, this was somebody else's fault, or this was, you know, that's not, I didn't do that, but somebody did it to me. To me, you know, what somebody did to me that wronged me doesn't matter. You know, like I've got to forgive them and I've got to forgive myself for the part that I did. You know, like, you know, I'm pretty sure from all the things, you know, like I can't remember it for sure, but, you know, all the therapy I did and stuff, you know, some people molested me, you know, and it did some things to me that got me into a lot of situations that I'm still paying for right now. But I forgive them for that stuff, because if I don't forgive them, I will rot myself inside out on hatred towards them. You know, but in a roundabout way, and it's still hard to say it, but it's a gift. You know, because I'm still here. I'm still going. I'm still pushing. And because of the predicaments I've got myself in, because of the trauma of my childhood, but still managed to maintain and get out of it in the clear, where I'm clear, I'm here, I'm thinking on all cylinders. I'm better for it. And if you've had a problem with any of that, you can turn to me and I can help. I can give you advice because I know what it's like. I know what it takes to get out of it. Because you can get out of it. You can be happy. There is a lot happening. What? Wait. Super chat 1399. Dave Brugman. Thanks, Dave. Chatted again saying, Jason, you are wise. I don't think you even know LMFAO. That's like laugh my fucking ass off. Yeah. I need to hear that. Really resonated. I'm gonna spar at the gym tomorrow for you. Don't do it for me. Do it for you. You know? Work at something. Get better at something. You know? Get better. Even get better at meditation. You know? Like, getting better at meditation is not a TikTok video that you can post and everyone goes, ooh, or some girl's going to think you're fancy because you figured out how to meditate. But you are going to be happier with your life from it. You know, that's one of my new things. Is I could tell. I did it this morning. I woke up. A new thing. I'm not looking at the phone. I get up and I meditate. I do 10 minutes. You know, and I look at the phone. I'm like, fuck, it's only been 5. Fuck. I go back in there and try and do more. And I'm terrible at it. You know? Terrible. But I'll be better at it if I keep doing it. It's like boxing. Yeah? It's like skateboarding. It's like doing radio. It's like doing stand-up comedy. Yeah? You just keep working at it. And sometimes you have days where you're like, fuck, I'm not getting any better at it. I might even be getting worse. And then you show up. You show up the next day, you know? And if you don't believe in God, you know, I think religion twists things and, you know, like God says don't eat this or don't do that. Each to their own, you know. Like, to me, I pray to be good. I pray to be better than I was yesterday. And I don't always get what I want, you know. Sometimes I wake up and I'm a shithead. You know, I get snappy, grouchy. You know, somebody cuts me off and I'm like, fuckhead. You know, lately, pretty good, man. Pretty good. You can cut me off and I can be like, meh. You know, the other day somebody cut me off and they're like, the fuck? And I was like, and I'm like, wow. Old me, let's go decades. If we go old me 4 years ago, I probably would have followed you. One time guy threw a fucking a knife at me and I was going to, that's different. But there were times where I will follow you to your house. I don't care how fucking far away you live. Now it's like, what an insane human being to let that be a thing. Just be free. Play, you know, you meditate and then you pray, you know, God, Allah, 50, whatever. Higher power, fucking Squidward. I don't give a shit who it is, not you. Pray, can I be of assistance to anybody on this planet? Can I help make the world be a better place? Can I help a friend? Can I help a random stranger? Can I do anything for anybody besides me? And then you do it, and then you feel better about yourself. And look what you've done. You're feeling better about yourself. Here you are, living your life, feeling good about yourself. Wait a minute. Did I just make my life good? Yeah. Smokey? Are you enjoying your kitty litter because I cleaned the shit out? See what I mean? This dickhead knocks over my liquid desk in the middle of the night. I got to mop it all up. Jeff Loschchi. Get a better name, Lochi. Is it Lochi? Lucci. Nobody yelling Red Dragons in the chat. Why do you get mad at people for not yelling Red Dragons? That was a long time ago, you know? Group hug, kitties. Well, then fuck off then. Everybody fuck off me. All right, everybody. Thanks for being a part of the Live and Free with Jason Ellis. I'm very excited to continue to do this show. I'm very excited to mention it to Tully tomorrow. I'm just super grateful to hear people texting and calling. Appreciate everybody's kind words. And like I said, man, like, you know, don't let the dark win, you know? But it's sometimes a big fight. And honestly, the bigger the fight, the bigger the victory. You know, the more that's coming for you. Bad things that happen to you, the more you can withstand it and the more you keep figuring out how to flip it and make it a positive, bigger things are coming for you. It's almost like the worse things get, the better your life's going to be. They're almost like they're all gifts, you know? We'll take this final call before I piss off. Jason Ellis here. Who's this?
This is a long-time listener, first-time caller. Am I too late?
No. Go for it.
No? Okay. Well, how was the Freedom Factory race? I guess would be my first question. With Bucky?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. I laughed and laughed.
Awesome? Well, that's too cool. Well, I just wanted to call in. I re-listened to your All You Garbage and Bombhole episodes not too long ago and was, just big fan.
What show?
Are You Garbage and the Bombhole?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, where Salima made you cry.
Yeah.
But no, I've been listening since, the A6K Motosaki days. Red Dragons in Out Cold, the snowboard movie. So I'm from Oklahoma, kind of a wacky coincidence, but just want to let you know that some of us out here been listening to you for a long time and just appreciate you're still doing it, dude.
Back at you, dude. I appreciate the support. Yep. I really do. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. But just know you mean a lot to a lot of people. So I'll let you go, but appreciate you, Jason. Take care, man.
Thank you.
See you.
Trying to make me cry. Super grateful. I put these pants on right before the show and now they're completely stained. Hey, you two cats. Fuck you guys. I'm scared to bath them. Do you love Rumblebean more than Smokey? How dare you ask that while they're in the room? Are you still escorting? Ew. What kind of a... God. I don't do any stuff. Man. I never escorted, okay? Keep doing YouTube live stream if you can. I'm going to every Monday, unless Zach stops coming here. Then we're fucked. Thank you, Zach, for running the show, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'll be here every Monday.
Fuck yeah, there you go. We're going to keep doing it. See you next Monday, everybody. Don't die. Oh, I'm not plugged in. Wait a minute. Fucking phone calls. Man, I can't believe my pants are stained. Don't die, everybody.